get there. Minnesota Vikings. I mean,
That's
exactly the reaction that I had. Like literally silent.
Like, competitive
Trash.
team. They were 7-9 last year. They're like kind of that 500-ish football team. The defense isn't as good as it has been in previous years. So they got Patrick Peterson. That should help. They brought back Everson Griffin. That should help a little bit. On the offensive side of the ball, that's clearly the bread and butter. You got Justin Jefferson, major breakout last year.
Yeah.
Major. Okay? You got Adam Thielen still. You got Dalvin Cook. Fantastic. We don't even have to cover that, honestly. You had Irv Smith, but now he's out extended time. So now we don't need to talk about tight end here. So I feel like this is pretty straightforward. Kirk Cousins, we're not using him unless it's in a pinch. He's had moments where he's been a fantasy quarterback, but I mean, it's Kirk Cousins. He's going to play decent ball.
Stinks.
Overall, stinks.
Yeah, he's like a weird quarterback. Like, he can get 30, and then he can get like 9.
He has stretches where he's hot, and then he's just flat out garbage.
Right.
Right after that.
Absolutely.
It don't make any sense.
But I love his core around him, though, with Thielen, Jefferson, and Cook. I think all three of them are obviously draftable.
Yeah.
The wide receivers could arguably be, 2 of the top 15 in PPR.
It's possible.
They finished 6th and 7th last year.
Thielen's still one of those guys.
They're all
like,
crazy.
And Dalvin Cook?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they got skill.
Yeah, no, the talent's there. The Vikings and stuff, they're on a downhill slope.
I need to see more from that defense before I call them a playoff team.
And
They're above average.
They got good players on defense. They got Eric Kendricks, Danielle Hunter, Xavier Rhodes, Patrick Peterson, like you said. They have Harrison Smith, who they signed 4 years, $64 million. God bless you.
Appreciate it.
Bless you. And they got Anthony Barr. So they have talent on that defense. It's just putting it together.
They just played like trash last year. That's all.
Yeah.
And I mean, Harrison Smith, for what it's worth, like, a good player overall for a number of years. I thought he's on a downturn of his career, and I'm surprised he got that money. He's the second highest paid safety in the league.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he got that money. But
No, I agree with you. But I'm the Vikings to me are just a tough team. They'll be a tough team. They're not going to be a slouch. You know what I mean? You're not going to steamroll over them. But I don't think they're in the playoffs at all. So
I mean, pretty clear cut here. Non-playoff team, but competitive.
Yeah, and
right?
I will say this. It would be really interesting if this is Kirk Cousins' last year with the Vikings.
It should be.
And they can get a franchise quarterback. They got the pieces to be real scary.
Yo, keep an eye. I mean, watch. What if it's Brett Favre 2.0?
I swear,
I was just thinking that.
I was just
Could
thinking
you
that.
fucking imagine?
I was just thinking
they'd be
that.
amazing.
That would be crazy.
That wouldn't even be fair, honestly.
They would
wouldn't
be
fair.
really good.
They'd be loaded, like straight up.
But I do have to point out their offensive line is kind of trash too. They have to upgrade there. But they do enough to open up holes for Dalvin Cook.
I'll fuck with that.
I mean, I knew what you were thinking, Mike.
Regular.
That's regular for sure.
Patrick Peterson, I'm not so sure if he's going to be a shutdown corner anymore. He might transition to safety in a year, but he's still got something left. A little something.
Yeah, they're going to be garbage again.
So, I mean, what are we thinking? Like, they'll play 500 ball most of the season.
8
maybe,
and 9.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're there.
Because they were there last year.
I'll give them credit for the offensive talent. That's going to be like, I mean, again, it comes down to Kirk Cousins too. Yeah. I think Kirk Cousins is fucking trash.
I would say 6 or 7 wins.
But he's a streamer in a pinch.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is a streamer depending on the matchup. Dalvin Cook, clear cut top 2 pick. We already said that. Alexander Madison, one of the finest handcuffs in the league. God forbid something happens to Cook. He usually misses 1 to 2 games. You're going to want to have him in those games.
Well, going back to that last year when
he actually didn't do really
he
well.
He didn't do well at all.
Very surprising.
I was surprised, man. He was like a top 10 play.
He was playing hurt too.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, talent is there. Well, just throwing it out there, he's one of the better handcuffs if you believe in handcuffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Justin Jefferson might be a wide receiver 1. Adam Thielen has a chance to be a wide receiver 1, but likely wide receiver 2 this year. Pretty clear cut.
Yep.
And we'll never know if Irv Smith can play now. Not till possibly later in the year. Because they moved on from Kyle Rudolph finally, and he was going to get his shot to play. And he was productive when he had the job to himself last year. Now we won't see it.
So none of us have them in the playoffs.
No.
Hell no.
All right, I just
No.
making sure here.
No, but they'll compete. They're going to be a tough out every week.
I got to
They're
check
one of
on my
those
guys.
teams.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
to check
here.
on you guys.
Yeah.
You guys.